My only question to myself was why, oh, why didn't I come sooner? Guys, if you are planning to come to the Philippines, there is a plethora.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
our
our
YouTube
YouTube
channel.
channel. My name is Esmi.
It's me, Roger, and welcome to Roger and Esmi Vlogs.
So today's topic.
Asking our subscriber what he likes or hate in the Philippines.
Okay, before anything else,
Daghang salamat sa iyong pagsuporta o paghigugma sa amo channel.
thank you so much for your love and support, guys. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell for new uploads or new videos.
So now let's go ahead and ask him. We're so excited.
Yes, and he's one of our OGs, right?
Yeah.
One of our OGs. His name is Will, and he's from
Florida.
Florida. So let's go ahead.
Let's go.
As you can see, guys, we have our special guest, and he is in Pampanga right now.
Angeles, right?
Angeles,
English,
Pampanga.
Philly.
Yeah. So, um, as a foreigner, coming here, what was like the first question is what was your expectation about the Philippines? Well,
How do I get around traffic? And how do I get into a cab without getting sent to some random place because of the language barrier? That was my biggest thing. But fortunately, I had a ride to pick me up from the airport, so I didn't have to worry about that.
yeah, that's amazing. So, what was your experience? Like, how was it?
It was awesome. Like I said, I've done a ton of research the year prior to coming out here, so I've done research to everything from folks that live on the upscale versus those that are in poverty, and to the point to where I seen a video of some folks that live under the bridge here in Angela City. And then I went there myself because it's one of those, okay, I see it on TV, I see it on YouTube, whatever. I want to see this for myself. So I went and I was like, it's just like what I've seen. But the interesting thing for me to find out was it was a couple of things. One, there are Filipinos that are born and they don't have a birth certificate. So they're kind of just here, lost in the system, like no one knows they're here. And then the ADAs, which can't get birth certificates, so they can't get jobs, or it's extremely hard for them to get jobs. And in certain areas that we've gone to, we've seen them out, on the intersections and whatnot. And I'm like, why hasn't the government tried to? I was like, you know what? That's not my realm. I'm gonna leave that alone. I just took it as it is what it is, but it never deterred me because I always tell people, I'm like, poor is a state of mind.
Mhm.
Poverty is something you have to deal with, no matter what level. If you're not a millionaire, you're in poverty. I don't care how you look at it. You're in the poverty of at some level, some point. So it's just a matter of looking at your situation and making the best of it. For instance, Tondo, Happy Land, which everyone calls the biggest slums of Manila. But when you go there, it's just like you can't tell that because the people are even kids running around playing, having a good time, and you're like, huh, that's interesting.
So for sure, that's like a little bit shocking, and then yeah, because it's new to you, right?
It was a little shocking, but at the same time, I kind of knew to expect it. So it wasn't that much of a, oh God, what is going on here? Because it was every time I found out something, I do some research on it, and just like I found out that for kids to get sent to academies to join the PNP, they wear the blue shirts. Their parents have to either have really high connections or they have to be really rich. And I'm like, huh. That's interesting. But again, I'm just like, all right, it is what it is. Take it for what it is. But I'm gonna tell you something. The
Mhm.
day I get my SRRV,
Mhm.
I will start a company and hire locals for the simple fact I want to give people an opportunity to make money for themselves and for their families so that they can move on and live and have a better life. That's my ultimate goal being here. Because as a foreigner, I don't feel right being in this country longer than I have to be without trying to do something.
Okay, that's an amazing goal. Well, absolutely praying for that, that we can really accomplish it because it can really help a lot of people.
For sure.
I met a
And yeah, and the thing is also from this when you start, it's like quite difficult because you're building it, right? But if you are on that
right.
stage already, so well, you can go and move forward, right? So just go on, right? Don't give up.
Yep.
Yes. So, talking about
I,
your,
I definitely want to help people. I'm sorry,
I'm pretty
guys.
much sure. It's okay. But talking about your experience, what was your dislike about it? Like, what did you dislike about your experience here?
Any like thing that you hate about the Philippines, let's say,
Or
aside
you
from
There,
want to change?
there's nothing I particularly hate. There are some things that I feel that can be done way more efficiently.
Mhm.
Case in point, Globe prepaid cellular. When you try to set up a Gcash account and you go to set up the verification, I literally started my verification on the 11th of last month. Here it is, the 8th. And matter of fact, I'm going to prove that point right now.
So
I'm still waiting to
For
be
the
verified. And
verification.
I sent them multiple pictures of my passport and my US driver's license.
okay, so a proof.
They haven't done anything yet. I even went to the help menu to still
Oh,
waiting. And then it said when it says verify now, I click on verify now and it says upgrade in progress.
so you have to wait.
It's been almost a month. Now, I'm still new to learning how Gcash works, but from my understanding, it allows you to do multiple things. You can link bank accounts and all this other stuff, send money to people left and right. But my girlfriend's niece apparently has been trying to get her Gcash verified longer than I have, and it still hasn't been done. I'm like, what is taking so long? Is it a shortage of people? Is it an overload in the system? What's
Maybe
going
overload.
on?
Maybe overload. Because
Maybe overload.
yeah, there's a lot of people actually.
You know, a lot of people trying to apply and get approved. Well, when we applied before, it's like
One day,
24 hours.
just 24 hours.
I actually got a friend, and she said the same thing. She's like, what's taking so long? It only took me a day, and I'm like, how long ago was that?
So I think
The system
the not the system but the service actually
is low.
here in the Philippines, for sure you notice that in like the bank or fast food chain, the service is too slow compare for
There's
sure.
a chicken shortage here. There is a chicken shortage here because I've gone to a Jollibee and a McDonald's both in the same day, and they both said we don't have any chicken. I'm like, huh? Okay, I'll take a cheeseburger and a sweet tea.
Okay, good experience.
Good
Okay.
experience.
So you meet some locals. So what do you think about the locals since you've talked to them? Like you experienced talking to them. What do you think about them?
Oh, I love them. I love them. You know, even if you get past the language barrier, which I've noticed, there's sometimes I have to actually break some things down and explain it in more detail for them to understand. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, the message gets conveyed, everybody understands, everybody's happy. I don't get upset if someone doesn't understand me or they misinterpret what I say because again, that's just something that is to be expected. So I don't let it bother me or none of that. Let me tell you something. Since I've been here in the Philippines, my stress level has dropped 100%.
That's
Oh,
amazing. Amazing
that's a
The
indeed.
good
only
news.
thing, the only thing I keep asking myself is why, oh why in the Mississippi heck didn't I come here sooner, long before the pandemic? Like what? Because I've never been here before, so to just up and move, and my girlfriend and her family were a little concerned, thinking that I would have a hard time, fitting in because of the culture, the weather, and X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, the weather is just like Florida. I mean,
Yeah.
the only difference is it's a lot more humid here. Big
Mhm,
deal.
sure.
I am in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure. You're comfortable with that, and the best clothes, I think, the light one.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
light ones.
shorts.
Lights are perfect. Thin layer shirts. Yes.
Speaking of clothes, I went to the SM Mall
Uh,
Talabasigan,
Okay.
SM Mall Talabasigan yesterday,
mhm.
and I bought an outfit because my buddy told me he was like, "Hey, they actually have clothes that would fit you." And I was like, "Really? Okay, let's go check it out." Sure enough, and then to my surprise, I buy a pair of shorts that are size 42, and they're too big, and I'm like, "Whoa, I haven't been able to fit a size 42 in how many years? Let's not count those years." I was like, "This is awesome." On the flip side, finding shoes my size, well, that's still an issue.
Oh,
I
true,
cannot
true.
find anybody that makes a size 14 or 14 and a half. It's just
That's too big. It's too big.
So that's the thing. Much better you have to bring
Shoes.
or to buy before going here in the Philippines, because that's the main issue. If you will find maybe slippers or shoes, definitely you can find it, or you can find it, but it's too difficult.
yeah. My girlfriend found a pair of slippers. The biggest size was, I think she said it was 45 or 46. And I was surprised they actually fit. And I was like, wow, that's surprising. So if I could find shoes this size, then I'll be good. No, I go into the stores and I'm like, what's the biggest size shoe you have? And then at first they won't understand. I'm like, 13, I wear size 14. And they were like, sorry, sir, or sorry, Bo, we don't have that size. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. Now, mind you, I did pack up a bunch of my shoes and boots and stuff from the US and I like my inboxes. I have
Yeah.
a total of 5 coming. 2 of them are currently in Singapore. The first 2 are in Singapore.
Okay.
All right,
So
it's
they're,
good.
they're coming. It's just going to take a while.
Okay. You would just fit in the slippers though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just
Usually
wear.
wear slippers.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's one of the actually issues here. And you can really compare. So what are the difference between your hometown, speaking about your hometown, and the Philippines versus the Philippines?
So
So what's the
you're
difference?
in Mississippi, right?
Your
Now, I was
hometown,
in Florida.
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 Sorry, Florida.
Yeah.
So what's
Um,
the difference?
a lot. You want to list? Let's see.
Like
People
just
in,
give
in,
me
in
three.
Florida, okay, 3. Inflation is outrageous in Florida. Because of the pandemic, Florida has seen a 38% increase in rental prices. To
Oh,
where apartments that used to cost from 700, 800 US dollars are now well over $1,000. A studio apartment is $1,800 and up. A one
mm,
bedroom starts at $1,700 and up.
Oh.
And you can't find a studio or a one bedroom apartment anywhere because they're either booked, and there's an at least a 6 month waiting list everywhere. Then on
Oh,
top of that, you had the influx of people that came from New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, that all moved down to Florida. That helped with the inflation. I did see on the news recently to where the new president, Bong Bong, he did not approve of the 6.1 inflation increase for the Philippines.
Yeah,
yes.
that's a good thing.
Now again, I'm not one to get into politics, but just off the record, I said, wow, that's a statement within itself, because he basically saw that by going with the 6.1 increase, anybody that was here is now going to drop to here. It's just simple economics. And I'm like, okay, someone who's trying to help the country, trying to help the people, cool. But again, I kind of stay out of that because I've already done my research on foreigners getting involved in politics. Nope, not my thing.
I understand. I really understand, brother, because politics is really wide, and we don't want to jump into that because it really
Right.
is a can of different
It's the same in the U.S. It's the same in the U.S. Politics and religion is the two subjects that will literally start fights. And I'm just like, oh,
Okay, so since you mentioned earlier that you want to settle down here in the Philippines, so this is the main question here, because mostly of our subscribers want to retire here and settle down in the future. What brings you to the Philippines, or why Philippines?
why you choose Philippines.
my answer is simple. You cannot put a price on peace of mind. You
Okay.
just cannot put a price on peace of mind. Moving here to the Philippines, in my personal opinion, was my second best decision in my life. First best decision was joining the military because I got to go to other countries and interact with other people. So I'm culturally versed. So I can fit in just about anywhere.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay,
So
that's amazing.
you
And
interact most of the time. That's good. That's really good. By interacting, and you meet a couple of different types of nationalities. Like,
Yes.
why would you choose a Pinay?
mm,
Yeah, that's the main question. Why did you choose a Pinay?
That answer is pretty simple as well
okay.
because women in the West, this whole feminism thing has just gotten way too out of control to where the woman wants to be the man and a woman at the same time. She wants to I understand the woman want to be independent. That's great. Right on. But when you decide you want to become the man in the relationship, you take the responsibilities away from the man, and then he's less valuable in the situation. So it's like back in the Western world, it's literally come down to what can you do for me? Can you pay this? Can you do this? Can you do that? It's not, well, what can you bring to the table? And anytime someone asks that question, their mind just breaks because they don't know how to answer it. And I'm like, wow, you really let the media go to your head. Now, here, the reason I chose a Pinay was because women here still lets the man be the man in the relationship of the household. Like my girlfriend, for instance, I told her from the get go, I'm like, you're not gonna be the only one cooking and cleaning around the house. I can get up out the bed and get up off my behind and do the exact same things you're doing. So you're not gonna be doing everything for me. You want to do laundry? Cool. That's your thing? Cool. You want to clean certain things? Cool. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to get up. I'm going to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner. I will clean just as much as you will. I'm not going to sit there and just sit back and say, my girlfriend will take care of that. I'll let her clean that up. What? Who raised you?
I
Like,
know.
who raised you? Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Like I said, I love it here. And my only question to myself was, why, oh, why didn't I come sooner?
Okay, you hear it from a guy that came from Florida, guys. He wants to come here and he wants it earlier instead, right?
Yes,
So you heard him. He wants to stay here. If he can stay earlier,
the better.
the better.
And I hear guys on the internet all the time on various channels and whatnot. They're like, "Oh, I'm coming to the Philippines. Oh, I'm coming to the Philippines, bruh." Let me tell you something, guys. If you are planning to come to the Philippines, there is a plethora of single Filipino women. Most some have degrees, some don't. Get here. Don't deal with no dating site. Just get here. Book your ticket. Get on a flight and get here.
Yes, pretty much. That's
Talk to
the
these women,
advice.
talk to these people in person.
Yes, you could definitely find your soulmates here, guys,
Yeah.
if you're lucky.
Yeah,
All you need to
yeah.
do is to get a visa and come here in the Philippines and not just looking for a Filipino, but
Enjoy.
explore, do a vacation.
Right, because you can meet people anywhere. You can go to the local grocery store, whether it's Sing Sing or Robinsons. Go to any of the SM malls, Save More. These women are everywhere,
Yes.
everywhere. It doesn't matter whether or not they have kids. Who cares if they have a kid or not? That shouldn't even be a factor in the equation. Just get here, and you will see the culture, the love, the support. It's just that doesn't exist in the Western world.
True.
It really does not exist in the Western world anymore.
You really feel like family here, even though that you just see them just once.
Yeah, yeah. So one last thing that you can say to our viewers, recommendation
Advices.
or advices. Go ahead.
If you are again, if you guys are planning to come to the Philippines, don't talk about it. Just get here. Just get here as soon as you can, because I'm hearing that this Omicron subvariant is running rampant. As long as you got a booster shot, you got a passport, get your ticket. I booked my ticket while I was at work.
Yeah.
I literally was at work and purchased my ticket to get here. And they were like, "You really just bought your ticket to the Philippines?" I'm like, "What, you thought I was playing? I told you, I'm out. See you." And I told them, May 31st, don't put me on the schedule because I'm not coming back. May 31st was my last day of work. I flew out on the 7th, got here on the 9th, been here ever since.
Yeah, you enjoy
Right now,
Philippines.
my passport is at the visa agency. They're in the process of working on my visa extension. I go to pick that up Monday or Tuesday. Then I head back to Cebu because my girlfriend misses me. I miss her too, and I miss the kids. And it's just, I'm not going back to the States unless I absolutely have to go there for something. If family want to visit me, y'all better book a flight and come out here. I'm not going back there to visit y'all.
Yeah,
Sorry,
definitely.
but not sorry.
Definitely. So, well, thank you so much for your time. We hope that sooner we
can
can
see.
really see you in person.
Yes.
Oh, that's definitely coming soon. That is
Yeah.
definitely going to happen.
Take care there and keep us posted what's going on. And
Yeah, keep
yeah,
safe.
Will
keep safe.
do.
Thank you so much for watching till the end, guys. And we need to promote his channel, right?
Yes, you can also check his YouTube channel.
Will Taida, IT specialist. So you can see a lot of interesting videos there, guys.
Videos coming.
Yes. So thank you so much, guys, for supporting, and I hope to see you in our next vlog.
Bye.